Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. And we have audio on this 01.14.2026. Current time is 0550 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That'd be the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside. I'm Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble using Rumble Studios. And we're getting our day started with a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. We've been up for about an hour almost now. We got up early. I don't know why. I went to bed late. We got the morning coffee here. It is fantastic, folks. The morning coffee is fantastic. And I hope you're all having a good start to your morning, or if you already started somewhere on this blue marble around the world, you're having a good day. And but Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X, and all other fine social media platforms, those good networks that are out there, social media, despite what other people may see. They're what you make them, folks. They're what you make them, as far as I know. There's a lot of garbage out there, but you got filters. I have no problem with them. So, and I'm not the smartest tool in this, or the sharpest tool in the shed, as the saying would go. And there's my hair. My hair is starting to. I brush it before I come on. Maybe it looks like it, but on all those other fine and good social media platforms, just Google at Fireman Rich, and you'll see where else I'm at. And good morning to our Jersey girl Tina. Good morning. We are starting early. We're 10 of. That's early. I could have started 5 minutes later, but I forgot to turn the coffee on. And Tina says, I'm not awake, but I'm here. Okay, you're not. Yeah, I've been up. I was going to go back to bed. I said, no, I got not a radio show. We did the radio broadcast yesterday, as far as that goes. Um, and who do we have here? We have first time chatter 00 Steam Hub. Ooh, I don't know about that guy. How long have you been around? You've been around since last December. So let me check your Interesting. We're getting our day started here, and as far as that goes, and let's see. Let me check the channel here. We got that. Yeah, we can go through there to see. Check this. Had the account since December 15th. Ooh, that doesn't look. That looks Steam Hub World. Okay, Mr. Steam's Hub World. Where are you? Where are you from? Let's see. What do we got here? 3 followers. It looks like not liking the account, so not liking the account at all. So what we will do is Steam Hub. I don't like the hub, Steam Hub. It's like you're gonna. There's only 3 followers. It's a bot. I'm not liking the title. I always check the people over there on Twitch as far as when they come in, first time chatters and stuff like that. And it's just they come in. I don't really need the followers and stuff. I've got enough followers to satisfy me. But when I don't really, a red flag went up on that last one there, Tina. So I just said, no, not even going to get into it before it even gets out the gate. That's the power of having the admin controls, I guess. Now I'm judge, jury, and executioner there as far as that goes, and we're going to just leave it at that. So, but we are getting our day started here, and we're starting early, which is always good because it makes it more relaxing. I found last week we were early, just about every all last week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the broadcast, and as such. Okay, and but I do have the morning coffee, and it is tasting mighty good. Oh, I put that guy up there. I didn't want to put that in there. It's just, oh yeah, we're waking up this morning. So I think the you got to be consistent with what you do. It's a new year. You got to be consistent with what you do, and we're gonna try and stick with it as far as getting here before 6 and stuff like that. And there's nothing saying I can't do it. And I feel pretty good about doing it as far as getting up early and stuff. Once again, we used to do this. Oh, we used to get cracking right about at 5:15, I think, because I would stay on for an hour and then go to work and stuff like that. But I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. We did. I'm sort of find myself in a situation where I feel like I'm procrastinating as far as that goes, because I've been doing a lot of stuff. And I posted up some pictures yesterday on what I've been doing for the last couple of days, and that's primarily with this thing over here, this Commodore 64. I mean, I got it tied up HDMI to the TV there, and I've shown I've got an unboxing, and we hooked it up and all that. But I've been playing around with it, and there's a certain suite of program. Let me bring up. I posted this over there on X yesterday, and let's see. Here's my X page at Fireman Rich, right here. Let's bring it up. Oh, there it is. And I put two pictures, and the one picture on the left is what I've been playing around with, and it's called GEOS, Graphic Environmental Operating System. And this is, and you can see underneath the manual right there, where the cursor is, right here. That's the version 1.0 GEOS, and then this is 2.0. Okay, so I this is more or less the MS Office back in the day, and this is back in 1984, 85 when I got these programs, and I utilized them in 86, I guess. So you're talking about 40 years ago, 30, 40, well, GEOS came out 40 years ago. I got this, and then I got this, I guess it was in 86, the updated version 2.0. Now, this little cassette over here is a little cassette that is plugged into the back of the Commodore 64. And if I can bring up a picture on that, just hang on for a minute. Let me see. Let me go to my media here, and that picture. That's this picture here. That's this picture right here, as far as that goes. And you can see that little red cassette. That has a version of GEOS on it, but it's 2.1. So it's the operating system as well as the suite of programs. So, but I've been playing around, getting refamiliarized with GEOS, and down here is a 1351 mouse. And I have it right here in hand as far as that goes. Let's see. This is the mouse right here. This is connected over to the GEOS. So this is 40 years old, this thing right here. I looked on eBay. This thing's worth 50 or 150 bucks. It still works. I put a little decal. I put a Commodore decal on it that came with the thing. But this is the mouse. It works with that operating system. And I was having fun looking at some old files. And here's what the operating system looks like. Doesn't it look familiar? It looks like I'm on a Macintosh, but no, that's GEOS. That's on the Commodore 64 on the big screen that's behind me here yesterday. And you can see it's 2.0. But for all intents and purposes, I think it's you see the configuration. It says 2.1 up here. It's a more up-to-date version of, well, they might have updated it once after I got the 2.0, but on this program you can set up 2 disk drives either virtually. This is where I have the B drive is where I put the program, and then the A drive is that's the 1441, the 40-year-old disk drive that's right over here off to the side, and it's a word processor, graphics program, spreadsheet. It's got the whole suite of programs that you can plug in here, and I was having just a ball with that. Finally, figuring out how to get the main program on the B drive, which is the virtual drive here, to reside there so it can work. You have to mount. You got to go into the screen, the main screen, ultimate screen, and hit mount disk. And what it is that's like mounting the disk is like putting the disk in, and then you hit return on your screen, and then it goes to that disk to operate that program. So I got that sequence down, and as far as that goes, so I'm real happy with that. And like I said, you can see the operating system there. I'm going to be using this. This is like it's a little antiquated. It's not as efficient as say, but I'm going to try to do some test things where I create a program create a data files and Word document here. I was looking at some Word documents that I created like close to 35 plus years ago. My reports that I did in the Air Force, I got all those archived on a disk, and I was looking through those, and they just were bringing back some memories of the knuckleheads that I used to supervise, as far as that goes. But you can see I got the mouse up front here. I had the joystick on, but it moves the cursor there and such. So that's what I was playing. That's what I've been playing around since the weekend, as far as that goes, and that's why I have not been gaming. I have not been gaming of late because I'm so interested in what's going on with this Commodore Ultima, and to be able to use it with a 40-year-old disk drive and a 40-year-old mouse to use, and look at this. This is 40 years old. This is pretty much about 2 or 3 years old, and this is Wi-Fi, and this is like a brick. Well, then again, the one I have right here, this is my main one. It's about the same size. But a mouse back in 1985, 86, unheard of, unless you had like an Apple or an IBM or something like that. But the Commodore was way ahead of itself as far as that goes. So this thing is just, it's just, I might just leave this here. I might not. I might have to find another place for the laptop underneath, because I found that I don't need the laptop. I usually I have a laptop over here, and I find that I don't really need it. I can do everything on the main screen here and stuff like that. So let's see. Oh, hey, Tim Fan, we got it. 10 inches of snow coming today. Yeah, we got a weather. We're gonna get into good. And Tim Fan saying yo 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 yo, and saying that 10 inches of snow coming today. Well, we're gonna probably see that snow later on, because I just waking up to a weather is it weather advisory, or let me check. You came in just at the right time to segue into the weather there, Tim. Thank you. Yeah, this is an active weather alert that was issued at 1:17 this morning by the National Weather Service. We have a winter weather advisory in effect from 7 p.m. this evening to 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. Expecting snow expected. Total accumulation for my area is anywhere from 3 to 4 inches, or 3 to 6 inches. And it's in New York State: Broome, Chemung, Shenango, Cortland, Schuyler, Steuben, Tioga. As far as that goes, down there in Pennsylvania, in Bradford County, Susquehanna counties there in Pennsylvania. 7 p.m. evening to 1 p.m. tonight but it looked like it was a lot of rain. Let me check the 10-day here. Let me check. So 10 inches. Wow. You already got slammed with a whole bunch of, haven't you, Tim, already? You got a lot of snow already? And we're in the 40. Right now, we're at 40 degrees Fahrenheit. We're warm, but it's 7. Let's see. It's 7. Well, it looks like we're going to get some rain. And 7, it looks like it's going to be mostly rain, because the temperatures are above freezing. Let's see, where's the temperatures at? Oh, wait a minute. They go down after 1 a.m. So I don't think, I mean, we're well into the 40s right now. We're going to stay up into like 39, 40, well into 11, 12 o'clock tonight. So I think you get the snow there as it moves our way, Tim. It's going to turn to rain more or less as far as that goes. And well, like I said, the current temperature right now is 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is warm. It's pleasant. It was a nice day yesterday. Went for a good walk yesterday, and 40 degrees Fahrenheit equates to 4.4 degrees Celsius. And we're going to have showers this morning. I went out. I looked outside. I went outside there to feed the neighborhood stray cat, and we give them food. You know, when you see a cat eating bird feed, that's not good. So, and it's nice out. It's nice. So, let's see here. And Tina saying good morning to Tim from on the Twitch to the YouTube. And Tim says we're going to get hammered. Yeah, I can imagine so. When you got 10 inches plowing in at you. Like I said, what do they have on forecast? They said 3 to 6 inches, but what's on the 10-day? They're not even showing any inches. So I think we're going to get mostly rain, to be honest with you, from what I'm seeing from the 10-day. And the 10-day chart on Weather Underground is usually pretty accurate for me. Let's see. Rain showers early will evolve into a more steady rain for the afternoon. It's clear out there, though. I was outside. It's clear. And Tim saying good morning to Tina from YouTube to Twitch. Thank you, Tim. High is going to be 44 degrees, so it's going to be nice out. Winds out of the south by southwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Yeah, chance of rain, 90%. And sun will be rising this morning at 7:32 a.m., which is in about an hour and 25 minutes thereabouts. 7:32 a.m. the sun will be rising. It's currently 6:07 a.m. So we got another hour and 25 minutes. The sun will be setting at 4:58 p.m. We're getting a couple minutes of longer days now, longer days. And Tim Fan 40 says, yeah, it's the lake effect. Yeah, you're right there you got that big lake there, Lake Michigan. That probably brings a lot of snow in there where you're at. So we're getting a couple more days. We're going to be at 5 o'clock. Last night at 5 o'clock, it was sort of like daylight out. The sun was down, but it wasn't totally dark out. So so there's our weather, our world times and temperatures as I speak. Starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:08 a.m. We got passing clouds, clear skies, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 4:08 a.m. Clear skies in Phoenix, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy city of Chicago, Illinois at 5:08 a.m. Cloudy skies, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. In the concrete jungle of New York City at 6:08 a.m. It's 6:08 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside. And we have a temperature of 45 down in the city. And down in central New Jersey, where our Jersey girl is at, Tina, we've got 54. Ooh, 54, that's cool. It's not cool, but that's a nice temperature. 36 for the low, so looks like it's warming up a little bit. We're gonna, it warms up, and you just gotta get ready for the proverbial freeze out there and stuff like that. So, and of course, Tim Fan 40, he says out his way in Michigan, he's gonna get 10 inches of snow, and it's coming this way. I think we're gonna get a lot of rain. All the snow that we've had is all melted away now in here, as far as that goes. I want to recognize that we have 5 people on Rumble. Rumble rocks. Thank you, Rumble folks. Appreciate your views. We got one person on Locals. He's a diehard. Thank you very much for the one person on Local. 2 people on YouTube. Woohoo! And we got 2 people over there on Twitch. Thank you very much. Good morning, folks. Glad to have you here this morning, this Wednesday morning, hump day, as they call it. Let's see, continuing with our world times and temperature as we go across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, as they call it. 11:10 a.m. in London, UK. Sunny and clear in London, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italy. Manja, 12:10 p.m. In Milan, beautiful city, cloudy skies, but it's lunchtime. They're having lunchtime in Milan. 43 degrees Fahrenheit in Milan. And let's see. Tina says we're hearing a snow. Yeah, there's a front coming across. Let's see. Let me bring up the let's see where that storm's at as far as that goes on the Doppler. Oh, let's see. We'll put that storm tracking, and it doesn't look like much. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Yeah, this is what's coming in right here. As you can see, oh, let me see. I got to get rid of the this doohickey thing. As you can see, I think this is what's coming in right here. Tim is down here. He's down. You're down what? Right near Grand Rapids and Lansing and St. Joseph's. Tim, you're right. I know you're down in the southern, down towards Indiana. You're down in the southern southwest portion of Michigan. But you can see this right here starting up. This is, and you got this rain coming in here. This is going across. Let's go ahead and put this in motion. So here's our weather for, yeah, see, it's coming down, and it's almost, you got a northeastern. Well, this isn't up the coast. This is coming up. It's just sort of sitting there, but it's slowly progressing. So there's something starting out there, Tim Fan 40's way. So it's coming, and Tina's over here in Jersey, and I'm up here in the southern tier of upstate New York, right up in here, just below the Finger Lakes, right in here. Tim Fan 40, I believe, is over here, and Tina's in central Jersey there. So that's what we got going right there, folks, as far as the weather and stuff. So let's see. Continuing with our world times and temperatures, skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 7:12 p.m. Thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur, but it's 81 degrees Fahrenheit. That's nice and warm. That's summer weather right there, or summer temperature. Tokyo, Japan at 8:12 p.m. in their evening. Clear skies in Tokyo, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent, great country, and great friend and allied Australia is in Melbourne at 10:12 p.m. Clear skies in Melbourne, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, to the north, be the northeast of Melbourne, 10:13 p.m. there in their evening in Sydney. Cloudy skies, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. And let's see. So there we have the weather as far as that goes. I'll be interested to see what that storm does and such. Okay, let's see. We dropped from 5 to 2 on Rumble. Come on, Rumble. I want to get to 10 people. We want to do a read ad campaign. The last read ad campaign I did was last time I gamed a couple weeks ago. I definitely got to do some gaming here. Maybe I should put my Commodore away, because this is like an attention magnet. I could see that, and I just want to get on it. We might get on the Telnet here if we have time here later and stuff. So let's see. Our thought for the day. Let's see. Our thought for the day comes from a great American actor, and you almost say he was a comedian, stuff like that, but he worked in vaudeville. That was William Penn Adair Rogers. Will Rogers, great American actor, was an American vaudeville performer and actor, humorist, social commentator. He was born as a citizen of the Cherokee Nation out there in Oklahoma, in the Indian Territory, and was known as Oklahoma's favorite son. And his quote and our thought for the day goes as follows. Let's see what we got here. It's not what you pay a man, but what he cost you that counts. Hmm, interesting. Doesn't matter with a paycheck. I don't know about me. I'm getting a paycheck and stuff like that. Let's see. Tina got me sidetracked here. I'm getting out of bed to get coffee. My maid didn't show up. Oh, the daughter didn't show up. Okay. Okay, Tina. Um, it's funny. Your maid didn't show up. Probably enjoying that nice weather you have down there. Yeah. Well, if it gets to be too long, make a phone call, okay? Find out. That's a disruption in patterns. I'm one that if I have a family member, I know what the family's doing for the most part. They're outside that scope of what they're doing and stuff. I get a little worried. So, and going on JIT. Oh, we got somebody new here on Twitch here. Who the hell? Yo, hey Zach, what's going on, Zach? How are you doing, Zach? Let's see, Zach. Oh, Zach Bull. Okay. Oh yeah, you've been here before. Yeah. I didn't get the first time chatter. Hey, or how you doing, Zach? Glad to have you here. Good morning. We're just getting our day started here. And no, he's not a bot. That's not a bot. Zach has been here before. Yeah, he was nice, so I guess he was able to stay here as far as that goes. No, not a bot. No. I already confirmed it. You didn't come up. You didn't pop up first time chatter and stuff like that. You've been here before, and um, lots of laughs and around these parts. Okay. And Tina says, okay. Yeah, Tina's just looking out. It's good morning, Zach. I hope you're having a great good morning wherever you're at. And sorry, I don't know if you told me before and stuff. I remember, um, and I need coffee. Okay, Tina, go get some coffee and then say good morning, sir. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Zach. Glad to have you here. We're just going over the thought for the day here by Will Rogers. And let me read that thought for the day again. It goes as follows. I'm not what you pay a man, but what he costs you that counts. Will Rogers. Now, what did Will Rogers mean by that? You're probably thinking pay. Will Rogers quote, it's not what you pay a man, but what he costs you that counts, means true value isn't just the salary. The salary's good. You have to have the salary, but it's just not the salary. But the overall impact, including productivity, mistakes, inefficiency, or loyalty. A cheap worker might cost more in lost output or errors. You don't want to have errors as far as that goes. You just somebody is not getting it as far as you're trying to train this person. And I just thinking about that. I look back on my IBM days. If you couldn't cut the mustard doing the training on what was being presented, you were basically let go. While a well-paid, motivated employee adds significant value, and that's what you want to become. It's a reminder to look beyond the payroll number at the total return of your investment for an employee. And basically, what it says is you just got to be a good employee, basically. And Tina's saying good morning to Zach. She said sorry. We have, we get a strange name here, Zach, and you haven't been here in a while. We automatically think the worst, I guess, because we had somebody in here just before. Their name was a little shady, and I didn't like it, so I used my decision to go ahead. No, I don't want to deal with that. And Tina laughs. Yeah, we take care. We have fun with it now. So it's a good work. I tried to always be a good worker, and there was one time in IBM when they were laying off people. This is back before IBM left Endicott, New York, and there was a bunch of people that took over the company and to produce the circuit boards and stuff like that I worked on and all that, and a lot of other people up there in Endicott. That's the birthplace of IBM. But we had a layoff, and I went in, and I told this story before. And I went in and I knocked on the door. After the lunch, I come back and I said, I'm still there. I thought I was going to get laid off, that first layoff. I didn't. I mean, we had like 15 people on the test floor, and probably half of them had been gone. I'm looking. It's like, where the hell is everybody? And there's some people that had left. They had more years than me. I only had like, I think it was 5 years, 6 years, or 7 years. So I went to see Joe Massar. God bless you, and Godspeed, Joe. Joe's no longer with us, but a great manager at IBM. And I knocked on his door. His door was open. I knocked, and he said, "Come on in, Rich. What's up?" And I said, "Why am I still here?" And he sort of hesitated, and he's like, "The door's back there," and he's like looking to see if there's anybody. He says, "Rich, two things. You're cheap labor." At that time, I was making $7.25 an hour, which I thought was pretty good. It was about $1.50 more than the minimum wage. So I thought I'm making good money. No, you're cheap labor, Rich. Number two, you're a damn good worker. So that right there coincides with this statement that I right there, this manager had been working at IBM for 30 years. To get that type of compliment from this gentleman has always stayed with me. It was a great. We're on the test floor when 9/11 happened, and that sort of floored him because he was an Army paratrooper, and but my worth was more than what they were paying me. I think if he said also in the conversation, if he could pay me more, he would. So this comment or this quote from Will Rogers to me has a lot of substance, and it is true as far as if you be a good worker and get through those rough parts. You're always going to have some rough ups and downs, some rough situations and stuff, but you push through them. And I did at IBM. I loved working at IBM. It turned to EIT. That was not too bad. Then I went to the day job, which was right down the road, and that was a great job for 17 years when I retired. And even there, I was told I was worth every penny they paid me as far as being a good worker. They put up with a lot of BS that I would take because I tell them the straight scoop. I wouldn't candy coat things. That was sometimes my best asset, but sometimes it was my worst enemy because I would not candy coat. I would tell it like it is. That's how I was in the service. That's what they expected of you in the service. You followed procedures, you followed the tech order, and you never deviated and stuff like that. And you did the mission, and afterwards you went and partied, and or went home to your family and stuff like that, celebrated and stuff like that. And I continue that work ethic in the civilian side. So this quote from Will Rogers pertains to having a very good work ethic. So thank you, Will Rogers, for that quote. God bless and Godspeed. That was a good one. I didn't even think about them when I picked that one came up in the queue and posted it this morning about that store. I just thought about that thing with Joe because I was $7.25. I thought I was making pretty good money as far as that goes. So, okay, let's see. Our national day today. Let's go to our national day today. Let's see what we got here. We have Gratification Day. I don't know about that. Oh, we have a good one, Tina. I like this one that's coming up. We have National Dress Up Your Pet. No, I think that's I don't know. I think there's very few pets. The pets you see dressed up, I think, is a rarity. I know we tried putting booties, I remember, on Max to protect his feet, and he did not like them. Oh my God. No, what we're going to go with, oh man, this is good. National Hot Pastrami Sandwich. Is that a good one? I'll have one for breakfast. I don't care. National Hot Hashtag Hot Pastrami Sandwich Day is the national day. Pastrami lovers, and I am a pastrami. Oh, I love pastrami. Across the country look forward to the favorite sandwich on January 14th, and as they recognize National Hot Pastrami Sandwich Day. And Tina's saying yes with 2 exclamation points. Yes, I agree. That's a good one. A hot pastrami sandwich. A popular delicatessen meat, pastrami, is usually made from beef. though others made their pastrami sandwich from pork, mutton, and turkey. Now, I don't think I've ever had mutton. Before refrigerating, butchers originally created pastrami as a way of preserving meat. To make pastrami, they placed the raw meat in a brine. Then they partially dry it and season it with various herbs and spices to be smoked and steamed, and that's where it gets its flavor. Oh my God, I can taste it already. A wave of Roman Jewish immigrants introduced pastrami, pronounced pastrami, in Romania, Romanian specialty in the second half of the 19th century. Early English reference uses the spelling pastrami before it modified pastrami spelling was used. Okay. New York kosher butchers, New York kosher butcher, Suzman Volk, earned credit for producing the first pastrami sandwich in 1887. He claimed to have gotten the recipe from a Romanian friend in exchange for storing his luggage. Due to the popularity of his sandwich, Volk converted his butcher shop into a restaurant to sell pastrami sandwiches. So there we have it. Tina says, "On a good rye with mustard." Exactly, exactly. That's you got to have pastrami sandwich. Um, Oh, and when I think of pastrami, I also think of corned beef because I remember corned beef. I love the corned beef sandwich at the delicatessen. It's good. So there we have it, a hot pastrami sandwich with the melting cheese and all. Oh my God, that's I can taste it. I can taste it. It's good. So there we are. Hashtag. What do we call it? Hashtag Hot Pastrami Day. Tina says yes. Getting all excited. We like the foodies one. We like the foodie ones. Okay, let's see. Next is yesterday um, we did the uh, Tauga radio show, and it worked out pretty well as far as that goes. And we had fun doing it. I had a couple problems with the recording, but I was able to get before going out for the walk, the Tioga radio show for 13 January 2026 over there on mixcloud.com/ Richard M. Roberts. And let me bring up the page here as far as that goes. I got to bring this down first. There's the Mixcloud page right there. And as far as that goes, and this is the second page. There's the show right there. And there's a little gap. I left it there. It says I'm not going to go back into it and stuff like that. But on our selections that we had yesterday, we had Linkin Park with "Heavy Is the Crown." That's a good tune. Short crown. The first four songs that went real quick. Jelly Roll with "Need a Favor." That's a good song by Jelly Roll. Good guy. Papa Roach with "Kill the Noise." Lenny Kravitz, a great artist there. "Fly Away," and then Creed with "Higher." Breaking Benjamin with "Angel Falling," and Smashing Pumpkins with "Today." And then, of course, we finished off with Ozzy Osbourne's "No More Tears." And I sort of stated on the broadcast yesterday that I'm not having no more tears as the start of the year. I had some tears last year. I cried for things, but that's last year. This is New Year. No more tears. And it's primarily no more tears, or I'm not going to be defensive on things and stuff like that. I'll be using Hello America as my platform for talking about things. I do have a sense of respectability to where on certain platforms they don't like to be hear about this or that. So if you want to hear me, you go to Hello America and you see what I'm talking about. There's certain things I will discuss here, but I will not. There's certain things I will not discuss, but I will discuss like on a like Hello America on the political side, as far as that goes. So when people come in here and say, well, "What about this?" And, well, we're not going to talk about that, but maybe I'll address it on Hello America. But no more tears as far as with what's going on in the world and stuff like that. I'm not going to be afraid. Let's see. Let me cross that line a little bit. And I'm just coming to terms with this. And a lot of people are, I think, that under the Biden administration, we were pushed down. People were afraid to say what they wanted to say, as long as you're respectable. But even if you're respectable, you're going to have some jerk in your face and stuff like that we're seeing currently, which is, I think, is disrespectful from those so-called paid protesters that are becoming and that's what's coming out. These protests are all majority of being paid, or else they're just some crazy. They're just the last of the woke fringe that's clinging on and stuff like that. And if you can't talk respectfully and respect the law, then you just I'm not gonna cry for you. No more crying as far as that goes. What's the song? What's that Ozzy Osbourne song? I couldn't. No more tears. No more tears. No more tears for those folks. Even though I didn't give them any tears to begin with, as far as that goes. So, just explain myself. The first of the year, you start off fresh and stuff like that. You give everybody a chance and stuff like that. But if it's the same old crap, I'm not gonna. So, which is what I've always been doing, but I'm going to be a little bit more vocal, I guess, on it and stuff like that, because some of the stuff is just off the chain as far as that goes. And, they're worried about that, but you're not saying squat about what's going over in Iran, which that has more meaning, as far as there's people getting killed over there and stuff like that. And they're trying to take back their country from a regime that's been very brutal over the years, as far as that goes. So, but that song by Ozzy Osbourne, "No More Tears," that I sort of mentioned something what I just talked about yesterday, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do that as far as that goes. All right, let's see, we're up on 44. It's 6:71. Man, I'm starting to I'm getting used to starting to come in early, because this early coming in. Starting early is working out quite well. We're going to go do 100 Years Ago with Roger Luther there over on Fox 40, which I have no affiliation with. Let me go ahead and set that up, folks, and get that going. And we'll see what happens. What happened here in the Southern Tier 100 years ago on Fox 40. And again, I have no affiliation. And this is as of January 12th, which was Monday. These come out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Fox 40, which is out there, the Fox affiliate in Vestal, New York. And I'm a consumer of their webpage, and I watched we watched Fox last night. There's a new show on at 8:00 about this doctor that goes back to a seaside community, and he's a very stringent guy. It's sort of like a comedy, but not really. He's a serious doctor and stuff like that. So it was I can't think of the name of the program. But it's a new Fox show on Tuesday night, so that's another reason why I didn't broadcast. I could have watched Oak Island, but I don't know. This is just a change. And me and Mrs. I think we're going to be watching this show every Tuesday night and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and see what happened 100 years ago on Fox 40 for 100 years ago with Roger Luther, who is the Broome County. That's the county to the east of us. I live in Tioga County, but he's the Broome County historian. So let's go ahead and listen to this one.
100 years ago today, 44 new Americans were given full citizenship rights at a naturalization hearing held in the courthouse this morning. It was announced today that a new Catholic parish will be established in Binghamton's 4th Ward, with the construction of a large church and a parochial school just east of Recreation Park on Highland Avenue. The E.J. Workers Hospital on Washington Avenue in Endicott reports that there were 425 babies born there during 1925. That's the largest number ever reported from the hospital for 1 year. Robinson Street boy was arrested yesterday for throwing snowballs. He was charged in police court this morning with disorderly conduct. And finally, police are looking for the person who stole 6 chickens and 6 dozen eggs from a car while it was parked near Carroll Street yesterday. That was the news, January 12th, 1926.
Oh my God. You got to love this 100 years ago. What Tim Fan 40 say? Early bird gets a worm. Exactly, Tim. And what's that on the next one? Yeah, I agree. That they're not a mainstream media outlet there, Tim. And Tina says, "Oh my," to the 100 years ago, and that's what I'm saying because that's it's just that's unreal as far as somebody stole 6 chickens and 6 dozen eggs from a car. You know, you couldn't hear the chickens clucking. Parked near the Carroll Street yesterday. So, geez, it just and oh, and then the Robinson Street boy. I bet you that Robinson Street boy was he's been he's the one that steals the candy and the cigars and all that and whatever. Now the Endicott, the EJ Workers Hospital, it used to be Endicott Hospital. It's no longer there, but the EJ Workers Hospital, that's the hospital that John, Mr. Johnson there, Fred Johnson or whatever his name, George Johnson. They named Johnson City after him. They he had Endicott Johnson shoes there, so they had a workers' hospital there. So, but there was a lot of babies for the year, 425. Um, and of course, they were a new Catholic parish will be established in Binghamton's Fourth Ward, new Catholic church over there on Recreation Park. And here, 100 years ago, this is the difference. You had people come into this country, but you had 44 new Americans were given full citizens' rights and naturalizations hearing held in the courthouse this morning because they met the requirements. We have people, illegal aliens, and that's what I'm going to call them for what they are. They're illegal because they cross into the border, and we have laws. I can't just walk into Canada or else I'll get arrested. So it works the same way here. People come here, and people are that have come here, legal aliens, I should say, um, uh, come here for a better uh, life, and they assimilate into the American dream. They don't have their own pocket. You know, you have your community, but you have to assimilate to a certain point. There's some places in this country, such as like out in Minneapolis, we have people that aren't assimilating because they don't give a rat's ass about this country. They just want to take whatever they want to take. Thus, the results of what we have going out in Minneapolis with the child care scandal, and it's just scratching the surface because it's not just in Minnesota; it's in other countries or other states, I should say. Um, so. Um, um, So that's pretty funny as far as 100 years ago. The chickens just seems like a tamer time as far as that goes, and such. So let me see if I get this here. We'll go ahead and put this back up. In other history, on this day of January 14th, Massachusetts held a day of fasting for wrongly prosecuting witches. In 1699, they were burning witches at the stake, and it was in 1699 they decided, hey, we did a day of fasting for wrongly persecuting witches. Oh God, almost is what they're doing with some law enforcement today. They're considering, they consider them witches almost and stuff. So let's see. The American Revolution back in 1780. Well, this is at the end of the American Revolution in 1784. The Congress of the Confederation ratified the Treaty of Paris, establishing the United States as a free and independent nation. And it was 1994, U.S. President Bill Clinton and Russian President Boris Yeltsin, I don't know about Boris Yeltsin, signed the Kremlin Accords and halt the aiming of nuclear missiles at any nation and ordered the dismantle of nuclear arsenal in Ukraine. Well, Ukraine's its own country now. They want to be. I know they got dirt bags and stuff like that, but the people decided, just like all the other countries when the Berlin Wall fell, that they separated from the Soviet Union. They are their own country. Anybody that says they're part of Russia, they're full of shit. We live in a modern day. The people of that particular region decide it, as far as that goes. Okay, and they decided, do I like who's their government? No, they're a little shady, but they're not a killer like the leader of Russia is, Putin. And anybody says otherwise, you don't know. I know firsthand. I remember in the Air Force, we used to get reports when like I've said this before. And it's like, okay, that's up in Russia. That's thousands of miles away and stuff. But in this modern age, a person like that can affect you if you don't keep it in check. He is a brutal killer of a person. He doesn't give. Why are you bombing innocents and stuff like that? Is Ukraine doing it? I don't know. Probably. I've seen more reports on the Ukraine side than the thing, but maybe that's because of the thing. But both parties are wrong. There should be any war. But Russia is the one that started it. They're the ones across the border because they want to retake what they lost during the fall of the Berlin Wall. History records that, and the history records that those people wanted their own country. So anybody that says Ukraine is part of Russia, they're full of crap. They don't know their history. Read a history book. Let's see. What else do we have here? It was in 2005, the first detailed pictures of the frozen surface of Saturn's moons, Titan, were set back by a European space probe. Oh, wow. Okay. I sort of remember that. Let's see what else we got here on the AP side. The Jupiter's moons back, I think it was in the 1800s or something, and maybe 19. When they discovered the actual, how they discovered the actual speed of light. Light is instantaneously. You can't go faster. The speed of light is very woven into the time and space fabric of our universe. And you can't go any faster and all that. But they didn't know what the speed of light was. But they knew about gravity because of Newton. Everything derived from when Newton in science and physics and stuff like that. So they're looking at the Jupiter's moons, and they're trying to look at these calculations as far as the times. In certain times of the year, it was 8 minutes earlier that the Jupiter moons would make a rotation. Then it was 8 minutes later, a year, sometime later. So there was like an 8-minute gap when they were looking. Wait a minute, that shouldn't be there. There's an 8-minute difference from this month to like a couple months down. It's like, what's going on? Well, as all these things are moving around, they get further away and stuff like that. And it seemed like, I know, when Jupiter was closer to the Earth in its orbit, it was 8 minutes early. But when it was further away, it was 8 minutes away as far as seeing the moons going around. The rotations, they measured the rotations. And what they found is who was it? Was it Newton? Through gravity, because the gravity, the moon is always fallen, but it's going around. It's just on the verge of falling, but it's still going around on an orbit. Gravity has effect on that. But somebody came up with the idea, wait a minute, light travels. So if it's away, it's taken longer time-wise to get here. And then when it's 8 minutes early, there's a difference there. So that 8-minute gap, they were able to calculate the speed of light. I find that's mind-blowing. There's a lot of things going on with the speed of light on this YouTube I watched yesterday on physics. And it's pretty mind-boggling. But let's see. Also, some other things in history. On January 14th, 2013, the cyclist Lance Armstrong ended a decade of denial by confessing on Oprah Winfield during a videotape interview that he had used performance-enhancing drugs to win the Tour de France 7 consecutive times. So, yes, I guess you look at those baseball players, they were juiced up too. So, Treaty Paris, we talked about that. 1952, NBC, one of those radio TV stations, NBC's Today program Today Show premiered with David Carraway as host. Let's see. 1970, Diana Ross and the Supremes performed their last concert together at the Frontier Hotel in Las Vegas. I remember seeing Diana Ross and the Supremes the first time on Ed Sullivan. Oh man, am I age dating myself? Ed Sullivan back in the 60s. Remember Ed Sullivan, Tina? That was it Pipo Giorgio or whatever that guy's name was? That was funny. And that's all we had on the history there as far as that goes, folks. Yeah, Ed Sullivan was great. A lot of great acts came off of Ed Sullivan. Yeah, Tina says yes. Yeah. So there we have it. We're up on our first hour here. And, good morning. How we doing? All right. You doing it? Almost something. The missus says good morning to everyone as far as that goes. And Tina says good morning to Mrs. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, she's just waking up here. Almost forgot to start the coffee. Oh. That's a big no-no in this house. Yeah, that's not good. Not good. But we're going to go ahead and take a little break here and come back. And we're at 6:46. We're doing. I like this early time. You hear? Okay, Tina hears you. Oh. Yeah, she's in the kitchen and stuff like that. Tina says okay. So we're going to go ahead and Tina, I know you're going to leave, so I'll say see you later. Have a good one, and go check out Hal. Let's see, Jim Figerty's on. Who else is on? Who is that? Who is that right there? Oh, that's somebody else. I'm not following them. That's okay. So we're going to go ahead and okay, Tina. Ciao for now. We'll see you later. And we're going to take a little break, like I said. Because I'm almost out of coffee. And we'll get the second half going here on the web pages there, see what's going on in the local news here. So we'll get that refreshed. And you guys all hang loose. I'll be right back. And we'll get the second half going here as we're just finishing up the first hour of the Wednesday morning coffee 01.14.2026. So you guys hang loose and we will be right back in a couple minutes here. No, we don't want that one. We want bubblegum. we're back. We're back for the second half of the Wednesday morning coffee, which I have my second cup of coffee for this January 14, 2026. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble using Rumble Studios. And you can follow me over on X, where I'm also as at Fireman Rich. And all those other fine, good social media platforms. Just Google at Fireman Rich as far as that goes. So got an early start here. I've been up since a little after 4. I didn't go to bed. Well, I slept on the couch, I guess, after the missus went to bed and stuff like that. But what is it? Oh, hang on for a minute, folks. It never fails. Bug was trying to get Jack's food there. But the missus goes to bed. I'm watching TV, and I'm sleeping on the couch for at least an hour before I finally get up, turn the TV off, or else the missus comes out and turns the TV off. And so I had a good sleep and stuff like that. But I just woke up early, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, well, I'm sort of awake. Didn't feel like going back to bed, and could take a nap this afternoon, I guess, if I get tired. But then the missus reminded me that, well, don't you have chess club at the library? And I was like, oh yeah, that started last week. So that's 3 to 5, I guess. So I could take a small nap before going to that. But so I got that to do today, and then I got my morning walk this morning. Temperature went up 2 degrees, so it's at 42 degrees. We're supposed to have a high of 44, I think. And so I'm looking forward to a good morning walk this morning, and as far as that goes, and see what happens there. Hey, we got 5. We're back up to 5 people on Rumble. Rumble rocks. Hey, you Rumble folks, tell the other Rumble people that check out at Fireman Rich here on Rumble at Rumble broadcast. So we went down to 4. We chased one away, but we got 4 people on Rumble. We have 1 person on Locals, 1 person on YouTube, and 1 person on the Twitch side. And some might say, well, weren't you broadcasting the 7 platforms? And said, no, we scaled it down for the new year and stuff like that. I couldn't see the point. I can, and I have no problem. I had no problem before, hooking up X, Facebook Live, and Kick, but I wasn't really getting anything out of those channels and stuff like that. So I figured, we'll just dial it back a little bit, and as far as that goes, and you got. Some will say, well, you got Locals up there. Locals associated with Rumble, and Rumble is a good platform as far as that goes, folks. And I do appreciate them as far as that goes. So we're going to go check out some web pages here for the local area, the local news, good stories. I was thinking about bringing up the national news on the Commodore here and stuff like that, which I looked at before going ahead, but I think I'm going to save that, do that over there on Hello America. So I need to look at getting a Hello America broadcast up, maybe Friday for that. Might game tonight. I say that and I just cheese out as far as not doing it and stuff like that. So let's see what we have here. Full disclosure, the web pages that I show here, like I say always, I have no affiliation with them, such as we just saw Fox 40. I already said no affiliation with them. Full disclosure, no affiliation with WEBO, WNBF, WBNG, Channel 12 News, WAAL, the radio station, Channel 34 in Binghamton. That's TV channel, TV station, WENY, Channel 18 out in Elmira. The Penny Saver, WKGB, the first radio station in the southern tier of upstate New York here. We had them in 100 years ago. They're a rock, hard rock channel. They What's on their channel? Oh, he's facing charges and stuff. Oh, we have some news on the WKGB side as far as that goes. So we'll get to that. And let's see what other ones we have. We have Spectrum News. We have Kiss 102. We have two Buffalo web pages for New York State news. Country 105. Up to WYRK. And what's the second one? Power 93.7 WBLK. Two channels. They basically the same. And then we have WGR 550. Bills lose. Oh, they lose Shavers for the season. Ooh, with torn ACL. That's not good for going against Denver. Oh, we forgot the. As soon as I get done, full disclosure on these web pages, we're going to do the sports. I just remembered we got the sports here. Let's see. And 1440. Okay, in sports, NBA action starting Monday night. We had the Celtics losing to the Pacers by 2 points, 98-96. The Brooklyn Nets lost to the Mavericks, 113-105. And then last night, none of those, the Knicks didn't play, and none of those three teams played. Tonight, we're going to have the Brooklyn Nets play the Pelicans, and the New York Knicks are playing the Kings, and the Celtics don't play until tomorrow night, Thursday night. Celtics play the Heat, and Knicks will play the Warriors. So we'll come back Friday, see what happens with them. NHL action starting Monday night. The Rangers lost to Kraken. Buffalo Sabres lost to the Panthers 4-3. Rangers lost 4-2 to the Kraken. Sabres lost to the Panthers 4-3. And the Islanders did not play. And they did not play last night. Let's see. The Bruins did. I like the Bruins. Bruins are okay. Or no, they did play. Islanders lost to the Jets 5-4. Bruins beat the Red Wings 3-2 last night. Today you're going to have the Buffalo Sabres play against the Philadelphia Flyers at 7:30, and Rangers play the Senators. And let's see, tomorrow the Buffalo Sabres play Canadians tomorrow. Islanders play the Oilers. Excuse me. And we'll come back Friday for the results of that. NFL action, of course, the divisional round-off is the Bills will be playing the Broncos this Saturday at 4:30. That's a very important game out there in Denver. But as being reported on WGR 550, Bills lost Terrell Shavers for the season for a torn ACL as far as that goes. Hey, and we have somebody popping in here this morning. We got Deplorable from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Patriots. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning. I love the flags. What do you got else there? What is that? What is that? I can't. You got another dancing thing. Love the Rumble emojis there. So good morning to you, Deplorable. Glad to have you here. I hope you're having a good week so far as we're pushing pushing towards and working towards the weekend as far as that goes. But we're doing the sports here as far as Bills and Broncos. Bills are they're gonna be losing. They're losing somebody this. Not going to be playing. That's Terrell Shavers. Also, we lost Gabe Davis to a torn ACL on Sunday. So there are a lot of injuries. And just a day after losing wide receiver Gabe Davis to a torn ACL, Buffalo Bills learned wide receiver Terrell Shavers also tore his ACL in the team's 27-24 win over the Jaguars in Sunday's AFC wildcard round game. Shaver's injured in the second quarter of the game. I saw that. It looked bad. It looked bad. The Bills face the Denver Broncos Saturday in the AFC Divisional Championship. The loss of Shavers leaves them with only 3 healthy wideouts on the active roster, and they have opened the 21-day practice window which means they could be activated to end the week. Okay, they'll be getting somebody off of the practice team, I imagine. The other big news, let me finish out. I think everybody knows who's going to be playing who as far as that goes. And let's see, the 49ers will be playing the Seahawks. That should be a good game. Saturday at 8 o'clock. And then Sunday, you got Texans and Patriots in Foxborough at 3 p.m. Sunday. And then Rams and Bears Sunday early evening, 6:30 p.m. So those are the divisional playoffs for the AFC and NFC. And but the big news is the Pittsburgh coach Mike Tomlin steps down as Steelers coach. He probably was asked to step down, ending a 19-year run. Mike Tomlin has stepped down as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, ending a 19-year run, which he never had a losing season. That means he had at least 10 wins. Tomlin, 53, is not expected to coach elsewhere in 2026. Sources told ESPN Adam Schefter. The Steelers announced Tomlin's decision Tuesday afternoon, saying his track record will likely never be duplicated. I believe that. Tomlin said in a statement that he decided to step down after much thought and reflection. The organization has been a huge part of his life for many years and has it's been an absolute honor to lead the team, he said. I am deeply grateful to Art Rooney II and the late Ambassador Rooney for the trust and support. I am also thankful to the players who gave everything they had every day, and to the coaches and staff whose commitment and dedication made this journey so meaningful. So he thanked the Steeler Nation. So it's going to be interesting to see who goes into that spot afterwards as far as that goes. So, and in other football, that on the soccer side, over there in the European Football League Cup semifinals, leg 1 of 2, Manchester City won over Newcastle 2-0, and they play this Saturday at against Man United. Okay, the 2 Manchester City teams at 7:30 in the morning. So I'm going to have to make sure I remember watching that. That's an early game as far as that goes. Okay, let's get back to the news. I already just stated that I have no affiliation with any of these web pages. So let's see what's on Fox 40 here as far as that goes. Let's see. Let's go back here. But good morning. We're up to 6. We got 6 people on Rumble. Let's get that up to 10, folks. Let's get it up to 10. Okay, let's see. What do we have on Fox 40 here for news? Let's see. GFJ students get lessons in hot air balloon. Let's look at this one. This is about hot air balloons. Let's check this one out.
Students at George.
Yeah, George something. Okay, here we go. Let's check this one out here.
Students at George F. Johnson Elementary School had their heads in the cloud today learning about the magic of hot air balloons. The Liberty Balloon Company presented Up and Away with Hot Air Balloons, a presentation explaining the long history of hot air balloons and the science behind how they work. 4th and 5th grade students also had the opportunity to go inside one of the balloons and see a demonstration of the hot air burners. The presentation was a great way to show the kids how interesting that hot air balloons can be.
There was a lot of things that was going on. It made me feel very excited and very happy and stuff.
I get to fly hot air balloons for a job, and of course I love doing that. But one of my favorite things to do is working with students and engaging with them, interacting with them, and seeing their faces light up when we talk about balloons, but then connect it to science and history and just learning in general.
Students at Georgia.
So that's interesting. That's a good dude there. It's as far as sharing what he knows about hot air balloons and to elementary school, and to walk inside one of those, that must be a trip. It's like a big tent as far as that goes, and so that's always good to the show and tell to the students is always a good thing. Let's see. We got 7. We have 7 on Rumble. Can we get 3 more? Can we get 3 more? Let's see what we got. We got a couple. Let's see. There's at least 2 I see on the Read ad campaign for. Oh, that's a good one. Rumble Wallet. I can talk about that one. But we need 3 more. And I just activated my Rumble Wallet. You want to know what the Rumble Wallet is? I can tell you. I got it. It's something new to Rumble, but I need 3 more. I need 3 more people up there. Let's see if we can work on that, Rumble. Let's see what we get to our next article here. Let's see. Go back into the news. What do we have here? And I think that's it for Fox 40. Let's go ahead and check on WEBO. And nothing going on there. We already know about the Delta working to resume service at the Binghamton Airport, Greater Binghamton Airport. Okay, so let me just double check. WEBO. The news, anything? No. Anything in the national news? Nope, nothing there. And we got 8. There's 8. We need 2 more. Let's go, Rumble. You want me to talk some Rumble ad campaigns and stuff? I need 2 more. There's a new one I'd like to read. I'd like to read about the Rumble Wallet. That would be a good one. And let's see. Keep tabs on that. Let's see. No, cancel that. Okay, yeah, we need 2 more, folks. 2 more. Okay, let's see what else we got. WNBF. What's this one, George F? Let's look at, you often hear me talk about George F. Johnson. There's an article here on WNBF we're going to go to and bring that up. Let's go ahead and bring that up. And such. And we're still sitting at 8. We need 2 more Rumble folks, okay? Come on, Rumble. Give me 2 more folks. I need 10, 11 people there. Let's go ahead and get it done here. Okay, this is, you often hear me talk about George F. Johnson, a very good man. He was the founder, CEO, owner, and president of Endicott Johnson Shoes in Endicott, and really an outstanding man in the community when you look at his history and such. And let me bring that up just a tad. There we go. And such. So this is a read. I think we got Bob Joseph with a commentary here on an X post. But the task of removing Endicott's icon statue, George F. Johnson, took more than initially expected. I guess they might be looking at redoing this. The large statue honors the founder of the Endicott Johnson Shoe Company, has been prominently fixed on the East Main Street for decades in Endicott. It's located in the newly developed Tiger Park between Union Endicott High School and the school district's administration building. So it's on school property, I guess. Oh, we got 9. I see 9 rumble. Let's get one more. The bronze statue has been moved from its perch to the center of the monument on Monday for a long-awaited restoration project, but things didn't go quite as expected. Nicole Wolf, Union Endicott School District Superintendent, said workers encountered some challenges in moving the statue because of the way that it was bolted down and needed to separate from the base of the monument. Wolf said the work for a while had been determined they would be unable to remove the statue on Monday. She said also, although the initial task took longer than anticipated, she looked forward to the restoration. The work is being performed by Endicott Artistic Memorial Company, which is located a short distance in Endwell, just a short distance from Johnson City Monument. And there's a picture of the statue right there, as far as that goes. And you can see it's at the school, Endwell School. He's right off to the right of the right there. He's on the school property and stuff like that. But they want to refurbish the restoration job to be completed in about 3 months. But here's a thing from Bob Joseph, who actually works at WNBF, but he has an X-page post, a closer look. The statue of George F. Johnson has been a fixture in East Main Street in Endicott for decades, a long-awaited restoration project about to get underway. Let's watch the video. Let's see. We got to watch this on X, I guess. Okay, let me bring this up. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's watch this.
This is the George F. Johnson statue monument on East Main Street in Endicott, next to Union Endicott High School. The base, it says George F. Johnson, who died in 1948. His heart and hands built a great industry, a monument to his faith in the working man and all humanity. There's the Union Endicott Administration Building.
I gotta say that, yeah, that's the school administration, but that's right on the school property. That's where Endicott Johnson's Shoe Factory used to be, and that's where they. So this is on the Endicott school, high school, and all that, and the admin for the school district for Endicott is on the property that used to have the big ass Endicott Johnson Shoe Factory. So let's.
And over there, a short distance to the east, is UE High School. This is Tiger Park. And it is the home of the Tigers. I have a lot of memories at this high school going back to the 20th century. There were some good times, very good times. And that is how Main Street in Endicott, UE High School, and Tiger Park look in January 2026. I'm Bob Joseph in Endicott for WNBF News.
And we thank Bob Joseph for that report there of the statue of Mr. Johnson. And we do appreciate it. So it's some interesting where that street there. If you were to go over 2 streets, that's where IBM was. That's where I worked for 9 years. Is 2 blocks over to the north of there. and the IBM plant, because IBM, like I said, it was the birthplace of IBM. And we went down 8. What happened there, Rumble? Let's get it up. Let's get it up to 10. Come on, tell your friends. It's all good. What's that? Huh? Oh, the early morning pains and groans. Okay, let's see. What else do we have on that? Was a good article. Bob Joseph always gives those good on the spot reporting and stuff like that. And we do appreciate it, Mr. Joseph. Okay, let's see. Do we have any other articles there? Let's see. Let's double check just to make sure. No, just like I said, I wanted to George F. Johnson. I would have liked to met the man. I've seen enough history on him that he was one of the early good people for their community and stuff like that. So let's see, Channel 12. Now we're going down on the Rumble here. Come on, Rumble. Let's get our act together here. We got hour and 30 minutes. Okay. And I thought I got rid of that best views. Let's see. Just hang on for a second, folks. I got another cleanup here on aisle. Let's see. We got that. And we get a band right there. There we go. Okay. Just a couple clicks and we're back on the thing. Okay. Let's see. What else we got here on go to Channel 12. WBNG. Again, all these web pages I have no affiliation with. So, and Delaware County, that's over on the other side of Broome County. Towers include in Catskill Hiking Challenge. Let's see what this is about. What's this all about? Tioga Company finishing radio towers. Huh. Let's see what this one's about here. Let's go ahead and... we got to bring this up again here. Stand by, folks. We reestablish our... There we go. Let's bring this up. This Delaware County towers included in Catskill Hiking Challenge. Let's see what this is all about.
Fire towers are part of the Catskills Fire Tower Challenge, inviting you to get active and see the world from above. To complete the challenge, visit all 8 fire towers in the Catskill region before the end of the year. That includes both of Delaware counties, one on Bramley Mountain and Mount Otsayanta. Then submit a log of your hikes and your favorite photo to the DC. Each year, the DC sees hundreds of participants in the Catskill Fire Tower Challenge and hear from many that it's a great experience.
I think people are looking for ways to challenge themselves. They're looking for experiences to do with their friends, with their families. So we're hoping that we provide them with the tools to do that.
If you complete the challenge, you'll get a commemorative patch. It's a great way to get active and celebrate nature locally.
So there's a picture overlooking the Catskills. So this is a challenge to visit those towers. Would they say there's a number of them there? And you take a photograph to prove that you were there and stuff. But the Catskills, I said this Monday. I think I said it during the broadcast, the radio show yesterday. I know I said it on the broadcast on Monday. There's a lot to New York State than just New York City. And that picture right there shows you the Catskill Mountains. And then north of the Catskill Mountains are the Adirondacks. There's a whole lot more to New York than just New York City. New York City's good, no problem there. It's just the state itself. It just has a wide range of different areas, and this is one of them, the Catskills. So this tower challenge, visit the fire towers. They're the ones that look over to make sure they see smoke or something like that. They can report it, because they have a wildland fire there and stuff. So, okay, so that was a good one. I don't know if I'd take the challenge on, but Let's see what else we got here. The Tioga County radio tower. But it's not in Tioga County. Tioga County is getting ready to finish up its new radio tower communication project, which is set to increase. Oh, this is in Tioga County here. Let's go at the radio tower communication project. Okay, this isn't associated with that other. Okay, let's go to this one. This is the county I live in. They're finishing. This is a communication. They're getting ready to finish a new radio communication project, which is set to increase radio service in the rural area for our emergency service folks. Congressman Nick Langworth secured $1.5 million finishing construction project. So it is a big win. Let's go ahead and look at this article here as far as this video and stuff like that. So let's bring this down. There we go. This is in my county right here. So this is pertaining to Tioga County. When they said tower, it's a radio tower. It's not a fire watch tower. So here we go.
And Tioga County is getting ready to finish up on its new radio tower communication project to increase radio service in rural areas of the county. Also today, the county legislature voted on a resolution to authorize the application and use of congressional funds. Those have not been finalized quite yet, as the Senate still needs to pass the bill providing them. The county administrator says work is already in motion, but there is more to be done.
So right now we're focusing on the Appalachian site tower, so that we're doing site preparation work and driveway remediation, and then that tower will be lifted and the shelter will be put in place. So a majority of those funds will be dedicated to that, and we'll also be getting ready to purchase a lot of the radio equipment itself. We kind of waited till the last minute of the project to get the most up-to-date equipment as things kind of phase out.
The county administrator hopes to have the systems active by next fall. Congressman Nick Langworthy secured $1.5 million to finish the construction of the project. Hear what he has to say on 12 News at 6.
So they're getting ready to complete Appalachian, some hilly areas. I grew up in Appalachian, so I got an idea where they're putting that tower. But that's for our emergency service folks, both and the police department, the sheriff's department, and state troopers here for to utilize for better communications as far as that goes. So that's a good story. Oh, we want that there, and we're going to bring that up there. Okay, there we go. So that's news on the county here in Tioga. Yeah, I heard he had the Delaware County fire towers, included in the Catskill Hike Challenge. The one we just saw was the Tioga County radio towers. Let's see what else we got here. No, that's it. Let's go ahead and see what else. We'll give one more gander at the one more look over on the WBNG. What's this? January 12th. Oh, we had a house fire. Let's check this out. Crews respond to residential fire in Virgil over the weekend. Cat saved in the process. Oh, that's good.
Cat has.
Okay, let's see. We got a couple happy firefighters there with the rescue cat there. There we go. Virgil is a community right here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Now let's see what this one's about.
Cat has been reunited with its family after being stuck inside a house fire over the weekend. On January 10th, just after 2:45 in the afternoon, the Virgil Fire Department were dispatched for a reported house fire on 1264 Route 39-2. Reports said the blaze was coming from a closet. Upon arrival, all occupants were out of the building. Crews quickly entered the residence and on the second floor knocked down the fire. The fire was contained to a room in the house. There was minor fire and water damage to the house. Firefighters say there was a cat inside the home they were able to locate. There were no injuries involved. Firefighters credit the caller for closing the closet door and trying to put out the fire. Reports say that helped contain the fire for when emergency crews arrived. The cause is still under investigation.
Okay, so the cat was saved. That's cool. And it looks like the fire was up there in the second floor, maybe in the closet. So what happened? Under investigation. I wonder what happened. What happened there with the fire and stuff like that. Hey, good morning to Liberty. And the Mrs. says good morning. Mrs. You say good morning, Patriots, Mrs. and Twitchers, and the Mrs. says good morning to you, coming in from the Niagara Buffalo area. Good to have you here, Liberty. Thank you for being here. Love the flags. We had Deplorable come in on the Rumble side, and we went down to 8. We're trying to get this up to 10. We're trying to get that up to 10 because there's a new read ad campaign I want to read, and it's concerning the Rumble wallet, but I can't read it unless I get 10 people on the Rumble side. So come on, Rumble, get your Rumble on. Call some friends, tell them, hey, get up on Fireman Rich so I can read the ad. Because I just activated it, so I don't want to talk about it anymore because I'm not sure what that one popped up there. But I need minimum viewership of 10 on the Rumble side, and you can see we only have 7. So, but glad to have you here, Liberty. Hope all is well up in your neck of the woods and stuff like that. And as we're here on this Wednesday, halfway through the week, working towards the weekend. And let's see. I think that's it for WBNG. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if we got another, just to make sure. And let me go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, unpin. And let's see. Yeah, that's about it. So let's go WAAL, the same. They have the, let's see, channel 34. Oh, Skate Estate is closing. Let's see, local elementary school. Let's see. Oh, Nick Libis officially declares candidacy for state assembly. Oh, that's good. His father was a state senator. Binghamton Fire Department receives 2 new vehicles. Let's see what this is about here. It's a fire department article. Let's bring this up. And there it is. Binghamton Fire Department receives 2 new vehicles after unanimous city council vote. Let's see what this is about.
After months of disagreements between Binghamton City Council and Mayor Jared Cram on where to draw the funds from, 2 new emergency response vehicles have been secured for the Binghamton Fire Department following a unanimous vote from City Council. The council announced it will immediately transfer the funds from its own contingency account to purchase the vehicles. Cram initially planned on using community development block grant funding to pay for the 2 new vehicles and some turnout gear for the firefighters. However, some members of City Council said CDBG funds should be used for affordable housing, given the housing crisis, and Cram's proposal to use the funds was rejected. City Council then authorized Cram to use funds from the budget's general fund, which he ultimately rejected. Council members reserved funding in the 2026 budget to fund the fire department's equipment, saying they are committed to ensuring firefighters have the equipment they need.
So a housing crisis. They use that word. First I know about a crisis. There's people they're looking for housing and stuff like that, but I wouldn't exactly say it's a crisis. I don't know. That's the news. But they're looking at getting some new rigs, and I'm always one for the fire department having the latest and greatest and updated and stuff like that. So I'm glad that they were able to find the money, and that's a nice looking fire truck right there. That's a nice fire. That's a ladder truck right there. You can see on the back side there, right here, the ladder, and everybody's in the cabs and stuff like that. That's probably about a 200, maybe 150 to 200 foot ladder right there, I think. Okay, that's a good article there on channel 34. Let's see what else they got here on the news. And I think that's it there. Let's see, WENY, anything out in WENY? Not seeing anything. Their new webpage, I'm not really a fan of it right now. It just seems like it's too clunky. Let's see. Go to local. What do we got for local news? Anything on the local side? I'm not seeing anything. Okay, let's go to, what's this? Channel 18. What happened to Channel 18? Liberty, let's see. What's Liberty got to say here? Closing 2 fire stations, one with engine and the other is EMT. Sad because the responses are at the opposite end of the cities where I live. Time is of the yes, it is. I wonder if they're going to relocate them more central, because let's face it, with the financials and stuff like that, they got to consolidate sometimes and stuff like that. So that's a Buffalo Fire or no, is that Niagara? That's probably Niagara Fire Department. They're up in your area and stuff like that. So yeah, they're always doing that stuff. Sometimes it's not good when they consolidate as far as that goes. Well, we're back up to 8 on Rumble. Let's get that up to 10, folks. Let's get it up to 10. Okay, let's see. Let's see, nothing there. What happened to channel? Hang on for a minute. We're missing a channel here. WENY, My Twin Tiers. Let's see. Okay, let's see. And Liberty says, I'm not sure, but they sure can find money from. Yeah, that showed in that last article that they were taking money from this, but there's some city council people in Binghamton. They said we need that for the housing crisis. I'm like, what the frick? There's no crisis. I haven't seen any crisis. There might be one down in New York City. Okay, it's a big city. Binghamton? I don't think so. There's people that are probably looking around, and it's probably hard to find out. But that's, put it towards something that's going to be, very functional and help out the people right away and stuff like that. There's housing. There's houses. I don't know. They use that word crisis too much as far as that goes. That's just my opinion, folks. Okay. And let's see. Channel 34. Where's Channel 34? Or Channel 18? 18 News. Let's see. Anything on 18? I am not seeing anything. I am not seeing anything there. And let's see. Liberty says they cause the crisis if there is exactly. They try and create the cause, the crisis, and say, "Oh, we have a crisis." No, if I'm not buying it. You weren't here earlier. My new motivation for this new year is Ozzy Osbourne's song "No More Tears." I'm not shedding no tears. I'm not buying it anymore. I'm not buying it unless there's legitimate. The word crisis. It's like, I know what a crisis is, and just did that guy sound like there's a housing crisis? I think you need have a little bit more emotion when you're reporting, saying that there's a freaking crisis going on, for God's sake. So, but at any rate, let's see. There's nothing on New York bails reform raises cross-border safety concerns. Oh, that's at WKGB. I want to go to WKGB because there was an individual that passed away yesterday of that dreaded thing called cancer. And I think just by the cartoon next to this gentleman, you know who this guy is. And Dilbert's creator, Scott Adams, passed away yesterday. And he's the creator of the popular comic strip Dilbert, and a conservative commentator at the age of 68. So he's a year older than I am. He died of prostate cancer. I had prostate cancer, folks. His situation, I could imagine. They didn't take his I'm not sure if they took his prostate out or whatever, but there's always complication. But a condition he publicly disclosed this last May. I'm a cancer survivor. I had my prostate taken out. I'm not sure if they took his prostate out or they used medication or what the thing, but we'll read the article here. His family announced his death on Tuesday, January 13th. Adams had shared his health struggles with his audience, revealing that his cancer had spread to his bones. Okay, that right there. So he probably had his the procedure on prostate cancer is. And I had cancer. I'm almost 15 years cancer free. I had my prostate taken out, and they check your bone, the bone marrow, as far as that goes. After you take the surgery, I think it's like once a quarter, then it's every 6 months, and then it's once a year. I'm at once a year now, and that's travel for the cancer, for prostate cancer. And what is it? And it spread to his bones. When it spreads to the bones, it's not good. Okay, I can just say that. In a recent podcast, he mentioned that his chances of recovery was essentially zero. So he had probably stage 4 plus. And he was experiencing significant pain and fatigue. Despite his condition, Adams continued to engage with his fans, expressing gratitude for the support and acknowledgement the efforts of his wife, Shelley Miles, who announced his passing. He was born in Windham, New York in 1957. Adams began drawing the comic strip at age 6. He graduated with a degree in economics at Hartwick College. I have a family member that graduated at Hartwick College. That's up near Oneonta, New York, and earned an MBA at the University of California, Berkeley. Adams worked in various office jobs between creating Dilbert in 1989 while employed at Pacific Bell. The comic strip quickly gained popularity. This is one of my favorite comic strips. Gained popularity for its satire, taken in an office culture, and eventually syndicated in over 2,000 newspapers worldwide. In addition to his work in Dilbert, Adams wrote several books, including The Dilbert Principle, and hosted podcasts featured conservatives guests called Real Coffee with Scott Adams. His career faced controversy in 2023 when comments he made about race led to a widespread cancellation of his comic strip. He's just saying his opinion, Despite these challenges, Adams remains a prominent figure in both the comic and political spheres. Adams is survived by his wife, Shirley Miles, his children. He was previously married to Christy Bosham, with whom he divorced in 2022. And thank you, Liberty. You survived. So glad you survived. Who would I bitch to? Yeah. No, but all seriousness, I see this, and me and the missus have a very good friend that died of prostate cancer. When I got diagnosed, he was just going in to get his biopsy. And he was confirmed that he had it, but he had his prostate. He had an enlarged prostate. When it's an enlarged prostate, they don't take it out. So they did chemo because it was out. When he got diagnosed, it was already outside his prostate. Mine was contained. That was the one key word when the God bless him. The surgeon. He was head of the head surgeon and doctor that took care of me. He said, "Rich, you have cancer." But when he started, I was almost going to start getting a little, really concerned. I had my composure because I sort of figured something was going on. When he said cancer, I'm going, "Oh my freaking God," in my head. And then he said, "But it's contained." For me, I was very fortunate. I was very blessed. And I think if it wasn't for the Mrs. Saint, I thought I had an enlarged prostate. I was going for my colonoscopy at the time, my first one, and when the nurse practitioner before setting up, what else? I said, "I think I have an enlarged prostate, so we'll have it checked out." And it was during that checkout, and then the biopsy, I should say, autopsy. I don't want an autopsy. The biopsy It was confirmed, but it was contained. That one word, that one little word, it was a silver lining. But there's stories like this when I hear people that because we live in a modern age and we haven't had advances, but I think his cancer, Mr. Adams there, Scott Adams, it had gotten too far away, and that's a shame. So we say condolences to the family, thoughts and prayers to Scott Adams. God bless and Godspeed, sir. And age 6, he started Dilbert. Wow, that's something. I did not know that. Did not know that. So that was on the radio station here, 92 WKGB. That's the first radio station here in the Southern Tier, but it's Binghamton's Rock, 92.5. 92. It's part of the iHeart. No affiliation with them, just to make sure you all know that. Let's see. Spectrum News. What do we have on Spectrum News? Anything? Let's see. Let's go to around the state. Let's see what we have going on around the state. Anything? Oh, our next door neighbor is going to enjoy this. See dates and ticket plans for BTS tours around in April. BTS is a K-pop group. Let's see. Nothing on Spectrum News. Let's see. Up Buffalo Way on 106. Nothing there. And let's see on the other channel, Powered 93.3, which basically has the same articles, it seems. I'm looking at. Let's see, massive cold front set to freeze western New York. So you got to get ready there. You're going to have to get ready for this, Liberty. They're talking about your neck of the woods there on Power 93.3. Cold front coming in. Our resident contractor, Tim Fan 40, out there in Michigan, has already said that they're getting 10 inches of snow. So it's coming our way. And I think where I'm at, we're going to get a lot of rain. But up there in the Binghamton or Buffalo, Niagara, winter weather is coming back to western New York in a major way. A couple of cold fronts is set to freeze and bring plenty of snow to the 716. I guess that's the area code up there. There's a winter weather advisory issued for the western New York, as well as there's one here in the Southern Tier. Things will start out mild on Wednesday before the first and second cold fronts sweep across the region. We will see temperatures start to drop in the late morning with rain moving western New York, and we're supposed to get a lot of rain. The second cold front will change to rain into snow and push temperatures into the teens with wind chill factor. So let's see. Oh, it's raining now. Liberty's saying it's raining now. Okay. So you're getting the rain, but what's the temperature out your way, Liberty? What's that? Warm enough to rain. Yeah, warm enough to rain. So you're above freezing. So, let's see. There is a. I'm not sure who this guy is, but let's see what this is from the Channel 4 station up there. 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's go ahead and listen to this one here. Oh, okay. That's the daily plan for today up in Buffalo, Niagara area. I guess it's 7 a.m. So she says it's 39. That's what they're saying right now, 39. So noon it's going to drop. So you'll probably be getting some snow there. Okay, so that's what's going out there in western New York. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's see, anything else on let's see. No. We already went over the sports there, Liberty. I guess there's a couple of injuries there for the Buffalo Bills that I think that's gonna hurt them a little bit. So we're gonna see what happens on Saturday as far as that goes. And let's see, just to finish out here, let's see what we have on the daily. What is this? It's 1440. Snowfall for the next 6 days, but things could change. Yeah, that's the thing. Things could change. Excuse me. And we're coming up on 2 hours. Okay, so let me just check this 1440 real quick. Let's see, what do we got here? Read today's edition. Anything on 1440 that we need to know? They got the Iranian protest is told cancer survivors, 5-year cancer survivor rate in U.S. has reached 70%. Yeah, people are surviving, but in Scott Adams's case, he's not a survivor. He's a victim. For the first time, said the American Cancer Society reports released yesterday. The figures based on diagnosis from 2015 2000. So, but it's they got Dilbert cartoonist passing away. We already talked about that. So that's sad. That is sad. So let me go ahead and close all these web pages here. I think we're done with the. We'll check it out, the daily news here, and we're coming up on 2 hours. I want to get my day started here and get a walk in and such to get the day started. And so I want to say thank you to God, I got something in my throat here. Excuse me. Get some water there, clear my throat. Let's see. We got clear skies right now. You can see the decorative tall grass that the missus says. We're gonna have to cut that down here. It's with the winds are calm right now. But I want to say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl, for being here. Thank you very much. Tim Fan 40. Tina coming in from Jersey, Central Jersey, our Jersey girl. Tim Fan 40, our resident contractor out in Michigan. Thank you for popping in as far as that goes, and greatly appreciate Zach, Z-A-X, Zachy Bowl. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate it as far as that goes. And as we go down the list, there's Tim Fan 40 again. Thank you, Deplorable, coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Thank you, Deplorable, for being here. Greatly appreciate it. And as far as that goes, and thank you, Liberty. Liberty came in here from the Buffalo, Niagara area. Enjoy the day, everyone. Take care. Yeah, you stay safe, stay warm. You and your other half there. I'm not gonna say better half because I'm the other half of the missus. So I don't think I'm. She puts up with my sorry. I'm getting the look. I'm getting the look.
Just look and see what you're talking about.
Huh?
You put up with my sorry ass. So
no, I'm the sorry ass. I'm the sorry ass.
Oh, okay. We're gonna compete on this one.
Oh no. Well, you want to compete? I'll give it to you. Oh, my better half. Yeah, exactly. We're not the better half. I'm just going to say, I don't want to get in trouble here. No, it just, the missus here gave me the look like, what are you talking about?
Just looking down to here. Never mind.
Oh, no, you're.
It wasn't a look.
Yeah.
Well,
look, from here, when I just glanced, the first impression was you were giving me the look.
Probably because I'm over my glasses.
Yeah, you're over the, that's up. What are you saying? No. What are you saying?
Exactly. What are you saying? Talk about me.
All right, that's the missus there too. Thank you, missus, and again, thank you all in the chat. Thank you for those that were watching the live feed. Appreciate it. We're ending with 5 folks on Rumble. We try to get it up to 10. We'll try again. Rumble rocks. I want the people to be here so I can read. I'm allowed to read 3. I have to wait 20 minutes in between. So one of these days we'll get to where we got to get at least 10 people on Rumble only. So we had this up to like 9 people. We were 1 shy. So that's my goal here, this start of the new year also. But thank you, 5 people on Rumble. Thank you, 1 person on Locals. Thank you, 2 people on YouTube, and the 1 person over there on Twitch. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for those folks that are watching on the replay. Greatly appreciate the replays. They are very significant, and I do appreciate them. Thank you for also the people that listen over there on Spotify, via Spotify for Creators. We repurpose this audio, the audio from this broadcast, and we post it over there on, and we're not going to do it today because I forgot to turn on, that's the one thing I forgot to turn on the audio for the, maybe I'll record it. I'll record it again here, audio wise. But thank you for those listens over on Spotify. Greatly appreciate it. And with that, you all have a great day as we're halfway through the week, working towards the weekend. And we'll get day brings. You all have a great one. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, as well as at Fireman Rich over there on X. Fireman Rich on X and all those other fine social media platforms. Just Google at Fireman Rich. You all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks.